What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to a Social Matrix podcast. I'm your host, Armin, and today we have a special guest here with us. His name is Arash Dibazar, AZD, otherwise known as the Spider. Arash, please take it away, give us an introduction, and then we'll jump into the topic.
As you said, I'm Arash Dibazar. Thank you for having me on your podcast and show. Also known as AZD. You can look me up on YouTube. And, I'm here because you want me to be here. I don't have too much of an intro, but ask me some questions and we'll get really good. Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah. Cool. So the topic we have is, and this is, I deliberately made this really vague, and we can, you can break it down as any way you want, any layer you want. Now, the topic is about magic and how magic relates to game and how that relates to dating and women.
What kind of magic? Are you talking about stage magic or magic by affecting the physical universe using, like which one?
Yeah, magic with elements, with inner game, with spirituality, not fake magic, magic with a K.
Real magic.
Yes.
Okay, so how does it relate? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. How does this? So I personally have clients. I have an audience who they do voodoo, they do magic. They have followed Aleister Crowley, and they mix that into a game and not pick up. I don't like pick up, but they mix that into game, women, dating, sex, and all of that. And you just happen to be the best brother to speak about this. So I had to get you on this podcast to talk more about magic, game, women, all of that.
Okay, so let's do it like this. Okay, I want to challenge your audience with a few things. Number one, let's say that you guys are playing a video game, or you end up on another planet. Okay, and I want you to put myself with 9 other guys. We're gonna do 10, 10, 10. Okay, so you guys walk in. The audience walks in, and it's myself and it's 9 other guys, and we're all dressed. And we dress and we go out. And you hear these men do some sort of magic with a K, right? And they say to you, which one would you not want to curse you? Now, I want the audience to take a look at every single person that they actually know in their life. Nobody on TV. Anybody they know, because that's your world. Your world is the people that are actually in communication with you. It's not Kanye West. It's not Kim Kardashian. Those people are an illusion cast so that we can't see our lives. But so the people in your life, your own friends, your own places you go to, I want everyone worldwide, wherever you are, right? I'm in Las Vegas. Imagine 9 people plus me, and we all go out. And if 9 is too much, then just 4. Let's make it smaller. Not too many people know that many people. So let's just say there's going to be 4 people. It's going to be you, 2 of your friends. Pick 2 friends, everyone, that you think do magic. Are you leaving? Okay, so you come back or you don't?
Yeah.
All right. What time you come back? Like night, or are you coming back when the girls are coming?
No, like 7.
Oh, okay, good. So if you imagine yourself, and I mean you can do this yourself, pick 2 people, and you probably even if you interviewed them, even if there were people that you got on the show and you don't have to necessarily like go out with them, everybody pick yourself and 2 other people and put them in a place and say, okay, bring a random audience of regular people and ask them, say, there's 4 people here and they're all going to cast a magic spell on you, and it's not going to be positive, it's going to be negative, right? By survey, they could be right, they could be wrong, but I want to show you how this works, how this art works. By survey, I would bet, I'm in Vegas, so you gamble here, I would bet I would be picked by 90 to 100% of the people as the one they don't want to fuck with, okay? First, we would have to start with that as a reality and an actual observable experiment. And I think if anybody says otherwise, they're going to have to spin it some other way. Well, no, I'm not afraid of your tattoos. That's not what I'm talking about. It's not what I'm talking about. You should check how I'm speaking and the sound of my voice and my demeanor. That'll all be visible. Tattoos are part of it too, though, because I wasn't born with it. And to look like this and go out, I would like to see somebody carry this. So the first and foremost is, would you agree I'm now talking to you because I don't have the whole audience here, right? Would you agree that I would probably, out of all the people, I would be first, or definitely first choice most of the time, that they wouldn't want to fuck with my magic, only my magic, not my martial arts. Would you agree?
Yeah, I was like, when you say magic, you mean your whole presence, like everything about you?
All you say to them is this. They don't even have to know what it means. You say, here are 4 people. They're all going to cast a spell on you that's negative. Which one do you want to remove because he could actually hurt you with magic, nothing else? I would say they would pick me because of the way I look and carry myself. What do you think?
I would say, oh, I'm a different breed. I would say maybe, but I wouldn't.
Why would you say, why would you think someone would choose you over me if it's a regular girl in the street?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If it was a regular person on the street, they might say what you say. They might stereotype you. But for myself,
no. We're not talking about you.
Okay, not for me. Somebody else. Average person.
Because you want to see, you asked me the question, how does magic relate to pickup and life?
Yeah.
I'm showing you. If you and I were together, I'll bet you $1 million. I'll bet you my life. You won't get picked as more dangerous to me. Do you believe that? No matter what you do.
No, I believe you because of your, the stereotypes.
You could call it that, but I'm going to show you it's because of the truth. And that's what you don't know. You call it a stereotype, but it's not. The truth is I'm more dangerous than you, and I know it. And so does everybody around me. So the first step of this magic was already been done. Even yourself would say, because of stereotype. I don't care what you call it. Those are words. Don't concentrate on the finger or you'll miss all that heavenly glory. Bruce Lee, finger pointing to the moon. You're going to stereotype. I'm going, look at the moon. The end result is 90 to 100%, if not 100%, would say, don't fuck with that guy. And then if they heard you speak, the tone of your voice, your expression, and we haven't even got to your response, which is going to be the real magic. But just by looking, I would get picked as don't fuck with that guy. Now, why is this important? Ready? Welcome to my magic. I've already won the emotional and mental battle of danger. Now, why is danger important? This is what your audience doesn't know. I sit here dating the most beautiful women in the entire world. I would like anybody to imagine coming to Las Vegas, Nevada, going to the #1 strip club in the entire world. Look it up. Then #2, just pick and go in there. And one of those women becomes your girlfriend, like outside. Ready? I've had 7 girlfriends since I got here, and I've been here for a year and 3 months. Now, everybody get this. First of all, it's unavailable to regular man to go to a regular strip club, and get a stripper to fall in love with him. We're in Las Vegas. We're in the biggest strip club where the most beautiful women come, and their audience is Tyga and Bruno Mars and Drake, because I know who these girls are hanging out with. And I'm the one that gets them without having to spend that much money on them at all, compared to those guys, nothing, right? So why is this happening? Because you see, Armin, you look like a very clean, nice, educated, whatever the fuck, human being, upper level, right? I look like a savage. The DNA of the woman is not designed to be with you because it doesn't know what that is. You're too cleaned up, you're too pretty looking, and your vocabulary, your ability to swear, your ability, and I'm saying that because you're the senior to all your audience. I bet you're better than all of them. You must be better than all your students, okay? However, off the bat, she'll be afraid of me. But that's not all of it. People go, I don't care. Okay, don't worry. First, she'll be afraid of me. Then they come in and they sit with us. Now put a bunch of girls with us 4 guys. Pick your 2 top magic people. And what's our magic going to be? We're going to be influencing them. That's what we're talking. Okay? At the end, what's our goal as a man? We want this woman to be ours. Okay? Now, when the whole interaction is over, I would have gotten the hottest girl without a doubt, because it happens every night in Vegas against celebrities. So I have no problem beating you or any of your friends without a doubt. How we get there, though, let's get there. First, they would recognize that I am more dangerous than everybody around them. What that does, fight or flight. Fear is a deep, deep rooted emotion. And she needs to understand one thing. She needs to understand that she cannot, are you ready for this? She cannot hurt you. Now, I'm going to be a beautiful woman, Armin, and I'm going to look at you and talk to you for the 10 minutes we have. I already know how to hurt you as a woman. And that sounds crazy, but I do know how to hurt you right now. Okay? Your own confinement of your own world, of the way you are confined to your reputation of being a clean man who ABCD fall into that category of like whatever the fuck that thing is, Tony Robbins or somebody who's just like a professional. You know, I get it. I've taught for 20 fucking years over this, and you just don't stand a chance because it's her DNA that's activated, not her mind. That's the prefrontal lobe. You guys are trying to talk to this. Some people get a little bit further. Let's go into the reptilian brain. Let's go to the thing that beats your heart, that makes you sweat, that controls or moves the hormones. What if I told you guys that there's a language and magic is language? And if I speak to her, I can trigger the shit out of it in a way where no matter, hey, I give you my word, and I did it last night, I'll do it tonight, and I go out every night here, and anybody listening is welcome to come to Vegas and verify this for themselves. I'm telling you right now, there's a language you could speak to the woman, to the man. There's a language. Once you understand the basics of it, you can speak to her blood, not to her ears. And when you speak to her blood, something else happens. Her prefrontal, the part that's the analyzer, the part that we're talking right now and analyzing. As I'm speaking, you're analyzing, you're talking to yourself. That's one. But your entire system is analyzing my communication. It's analyzing my cadence, how I speak. It's my tone, my rhythm, the relaxation in my voice, the certainty in my voice. All those things are too fast for you to analyze, right? And in the end, she has to know one thing, that you are dangerous. Now, I would like someone to go find where somebody coaches people like that. If you do magic, you asked me to teach about magic, but I don't respect your power as a magician, right? Then you're absolutely useless. Anybody practicing magic, you are weak. And I know people say, you just said they study Aleister Crowley. Listen, you guys can study fucking Satan if you like. Nobody cares what anybody studies. What I care about is the beautiful girl that just said goodbye to me to go away. Are you coming later? Yeah, when? When everybody's saying, okay, girlfriend number one, she goes, 2 others are coming. That's 3. They're going to be together. Then I go out, 4. My power is visible. You can talk to my women for 5 minutes if you're willing to give me your woman to talk to for 5 minutes. And at the end, your woman is going to be my woman. This is real power. How is magic related to pickup? Well, you've never met a magician. Otherwise, that wouldn't be a question. If you ever met someone who could actually do it, the question wouldn't be, how is it related? The question would be, how do I do what you do? And that's not visible to you guys yet, but that's because you haven't looked yet. So come to Vegas or talk to any of my students who are there witnesses every night. I do this experiment. Everybody goes out with me. Every night we go out, okay? 7, 10, 15 guys, and they watch. We show up the next day in class. You're welcome to be in my class tomorrow if you like for free. If you want to come to class and watch them testify what they saw. And what they saw, by their own words, bends reality, challenges every single thing they ever thought was possible in a chaotic environment, regulated by rules and the cops and security and beautiful women and money and sex and drugs and all that, into the pit of hell, the city of sin, right? If you have magic, I'll know it. And if you don't, then that's 100% of your audience is weak. 100% of your audience has no idea what magic is. And they're dabblers just like everything else. They read a book, they watch a YouTube video, they do it. Maybe they get as far as doing a ceremony and they don't understand the real magic is inside. And if you're looking outside, you can't find it. So where do you look inside to find it? I will hear it in your voice. Voice, the spell, the sound, the words you use, the syntax, the cadence, the rhythm. You can't say, open sesame, and the fucking thing opens. Unless you're an old, shriveled witch, a woman, that would be her voice. But if that's not your voice, there's a rhythm, there's a sound, and you could say open sesame all day. But when you say it properly, even the gods themselves have to listen. Why? Because they are part of the system. And anybody outside the system, you don't got to worry about it. They're not there. Okay? So whoever's in the system is bound by the rules of the system, the laws and physics of that world. Now, this is one world we meet in, 3D world. There are many, many, many worlds. You don't have to listen to me. In fact, don't listen to me on that, okay? Listen to all the people before me, all the ancient people that came and everybody that did everything, including inventors like Tesla and Einstein and everybody else who's been around. They would tell you about another dimension that's accessible. So this is very real. How is magic used? Well, if you know magic, then you would do magic. And if you don't know magic, how is it used? It's not used by you. If you don't have a gun and you ask me how to use a gun, well, that's how you use it. If you don't have one, I could tell you all day. Just because you point your finger and go bang, bang, nothing's going to happen. And that's what everybody's doing. That's why when they walk up, no matter who they are, you guys have water pistols or fingers going, watch me. And suddenly they see me and I'm strapped with actual weapons and bullets around me. And they go, oh, shit, and scars and ready to go. And I look at them like, I will kill you. And that's real magic. A real magician must be feared. And I don't think any of your audience is feared. I think they're fearful, full of fear. There's my answer. You guys don't have to buy it, but I'm here to be challenged. How? Come see if I'm true. Not by words. Anybody could speak rhetoric.
I have some follow-up questions.
Go for it.
Was that everything you wanted to say for now, at least?
Yes, that's good.
Okay, cool. Well, first of all, really well articulated. Love that. Now, you mentioned a few things. I'm going to try to break it down, best as I can. But one of the things you mentioned is that, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you used the word scary, but I think you said feared, right?
Yeah, feared.
Right? Okay. So let's take somebody. I'm not gonna take myself, okay?
Okay.
I am wearing this, just look beautiful, but thank you for the compliments.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let's take somebody else, Joe Schmo, okay? Joe Schmo outside. He's
Who's it?
Joe Schmo, some random guy outside.
Oh, okay, Joe Schmo. Yeah.
He's a good person, okay? He's a good, genuine man who actually wants to better himself, okay? So he has that mentality.
Okay.
Now, let's say he's viewing this podcast. It's like, okay, so Arash said that to be a good magician, you need to be feared, okay? If someone doesn't fear you, then, it's not going to count. Now, for someone like him who, let's say he's really timid, okay? He also dresses like button up and all that stuff. How can he break through to start his journey in becoming a more fearful, powerful magician?
He must find just like anything else, find a magician who could teach him.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure you test that magician like I'm telling you to test me. It's not a marketing gimmick. It's not a fucking book. It's not what he says, and it's not even the money he has. Go to him, watch him. His magic should be visible. If he can't do it, then how are they going to do it? Like I told you, they haven't met one yet. This is the first time the entire world is seeing one. Let's see what it does, because we do the experiment here. I might be new to your audience. I'm not new to the world here. And I've been here for a while, and I've been working on this craft, and I still do. I'm the #1 student of the craft, and that's why I get to speak about it. And so you're asking me, right? There's a regular guy, Joe Schmo. How does he do? Find a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's not marketing. You have to do your time. You have to do your fucking search and go see. If you don't see it for yourself, don't believe it at all. Okay, and if you ever see it for yourself, remember stage magicians. Make sure you're around it more than just once. It's got to be a repeatable experiment. It can't be, I do magic, but it sometimes works. That's not magic. That is not magic. That you have no idea what the fuck you're doing, okay? It's an exact science, and it must be repeatable. Magic is science. I mean, it's an old saying. I don't know who said it. Technology that's advanced far beyond the time of where it's at would be indistinguishable from magic to that society. Just like Thor in Marvel, if he comes down from Asgard, right, which is a funny name, the Asgard, the baby, imagine that. If those guys come down, they're not magicians. They're highly advanced civilization. Mm-hmm. And so civilization is measured in humans by their intelligence and their communication level. If we went back to 10,000 years ago, maybe they'd be like, ooga, 20, whatever the fuck, Our language keeps evolving, and we have words today that they couldn't even comprehend. Quantum physics, computers, airplanes, things like that. 1,000 years from now, there's words we can't comprehend. You got it? Good. So we see the evolution of the mind and the spirit in mankind through language. Perfect. Okay. Let me show you a mastery of language you didn't even know was available. In fact, every single one of you listening to me right now, unless you're my student, have been brought up with a slave language and you're still using it. Armin, it is so clear to me when I talk to you. You're not, obviously I do this shit all the time. Every fucking day I'm doing this. The chain on your neck, on your balls, and your heart is as big and thick as the fucking house or the mountain that you're next to. It is 100% visible to me. It is 100% visible to the hot woman. I'm talking about the 10. I'm not talking about the regular girl. I'm talking about the perfect girl. The hottest you've ever seen. That's intelligent, makes her own money, and knows that she could have any celebrity. Those are the girls I date. I have multiple girlfriends right now. I'm not going to tell you how many. I think it would sound ridiculous to people. And it's the truth. And outside of that, there's a lineup of girls like them waiting to take their place. And there's just there's no vacancy right now. Okay. There's only so much time and energy I'm going to put into it. But that's the truth. So find a real magician or find a real martial artist or find a real mechanic. It's like you work on your car and nobody can fix their car, but they're doing mechanic. And then a real mechanic fixes car. That's what this is. No one can do it. It's just a joke. I've watched the YouTube videos. I've seen them. I've read the books. I've been around them. Where is the guy who I should fear because of his magic? Why fear him? What kind of a pathetic magician in any kingdom that can't do anything? Why would you go to a magician? To do what? To do what? Like, he's got to have power. Power is what men should have. Power is what women are attracted to. Fucking peanuts. All the men have become peanuts. Listen to your language. Listen to how weak you carry yourself. Listen to how you're trying to become pretty. You men are trying to become pretty. You forgot. You're becoming a woman. You're starting to show your jewelry and your clothes and all that. Like you have like that's what it is. That's a woman. A man, just himself, his character is enough to make her surrender and submit, not make her his partner. She's under him. And that's all my women under. I'm over them. That's the code of life. Argue all about it. And you'll become like stupid communists and liberals and all that other shit. And your life has become that. And it's pathetic. It's visible in the squeakiness of their voices. It's visible in the nervous smiles and eye twitches and the fucking confinement of the expression, not being able to fucking speak, not being able to say how they feel. And if one person has all that, then I'm going to give them, that's level one. There's 100 levels. Level one, you haven't arrived. You haven't arrived yet because you haven't known magic was real yet. If it was, you would give everything up to study it the way I did. And magic is another word. Don't get lost into it. You call it something else. You call it energy. You call it consciousness. You call it hypnosis. You call it spellbinding, NLP. You could call it my asshole. I don't care what you call it. That's the problem. It's not the word. It's what the word represents as an actual condition. And magic, as you're speaking about it, is something that must be feared by the common man, by the king, and the gods themselves. And if they're not, keep talking and keep playing your stupid little games while as I walk through and bend the gravity around you and take all your women with just one look, one glance. You'll go, what the fuck is that? That's AZ motherfucking G, known as Spider, IMC Nation founder, a man who broke his chains, got the power of the gods, and is not sorry about it. That's what it is.
Love that. Love that. Okay, now moving away a little bit from magic, just a little bit. Now, this is a question where, honestly, I was debating not to ask you just because I find it to be a little silly, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Yeah.
The people want to know.
Sure.
What would you say is your style of game? Your style of being authentic and attractive?
You would have to define that because my style of game is visible. This is exactly how I get girls. There's no change in this. This is how it is. So how would you name the style if we're going to put in the style? This is something that's never been done before. My teachers are the greatest. I come from the greatest people you guys have read from. Not only that, I've defeated. Go read the book, The Game, if you know what that is. I've defeated those people in set many times over and over and over and in life. So my style of game is called IMC Nation AZD Spider. And if you're going to put in a category, okay, then that's where we have to use words like that. Then either call me a god, a demon, an angel, or a magician. But don't call me human because it's not working. Human? Am I human? Of course, but you can't see it because then you look for weird tricks. All you guys are looking for tricks. He did this, he did that. What do I say to her? I have an idea. Why don't you get your spine to start having the code of the jungle in it? Why don't you understand that you are a representation of the same creator that created everything and that you're walking around so weak and pathetic that it makes me want to spit on everybody right now. Weakness is not allowed. Look at how weak you guys are. It's unbelievable. I can literally tap into an entire audience through the person talking without a doubt. And I do it every fucking day. Your audience is entirely weak and you don't have to post this, but that's what would happen, right? Your own weakness will prevent you from showing them how pathetic they are. They can challenge me. They need to come challenge me so I can show them magic is real. because I wasn't strong. I was lucky, fortunate, blessed, had the right karma. Stop worrying about the words, listen to the communication. Okay? I was blessed somehow to have met real men with real power who made me their students. Look, this is my house. I'm going to walk you through for a second. Look, this is my living room. That's Manu Tupo, the most powerful magician. You've heard of him. There he is. This is my house. Come everywhere you go. That's my wall where girls come in. Those are masks. This is my house. We can keep going, and I can show you things that's going to blow your fucking mind if you come over here. But this is what magic is. Like, it's a real thing. And again, I don't like the word magic for it because how people have already an idea of it. It's like saying God or saying spirit or saying energy. Everybody uses it. But where is the fucker that can show me the actual, what's it called? Law of attraction. Everyone knows it. In fact, you know who knows it the most? Weak-ass, stupid-ass little girls who have the terrible lives. Go talk to some of these strippers and some of these fucking hoes. Go talk to some bitch that you fucking met. And she'll tell you all about the law of attraction while her life is shit. Come on, guys. Wake the fuck up. Life is real. You're alive and you're miserable. You're miserable. You can't lie to me. How could a man that doesn't know how to get women be happy? Every decision you make is for that. Every shoe you buy, every clothes you buy, every cologne you wear, every gym you go to, every job you get, at the back of your mind, you're a man. You're going to lie to me? You can't. 90% or more of your thoughts are about having sex with a beautiful woman, and you're not. And should you get lucky enough to get one, I'll talk to you in 7 years when you're imagining other girls and she's taking your life from you. Why do you not see this anymore? You all spinning in a fucking circle, and I'm not. Wake the fuck up before you know it, it's over, and you'll be like a student that says, I've studied you for 10 fucking years, and I'm still pathetic. Come see me. Come see me. You don't study someone on YouTube. Who the fuck learned martial arts like that? Who the fuck learned a real art like that? Give me a break. We're talking about triggering a woman's DNA. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them can be with you. At the finest woman and know about each other and live around each other, and not one of them be with another man. Not one of them want another man. Is this real? Am I real? Am I faking it? Are these actresses? Right? Do I have a script? Did he tell me what we're going to talk about? Did I say, hold on a second? The fuck out. Every word that comes out of me is going to cut your mind into pieces. Every word I say is going to be gravity that brings a man to his fucking knees. This is a fact. And this is nothing. I'm in my bedroom in my fucking t-shirt and I just woke up from a fucking nap. How about tonight at 9:15? 9 guys are coming here. That's my crew right now. My crew is much bigger. 9 of them are going out with me tonight. 9 of us are going to then come see me dress and get ready to go. Then I'm going to go out with suited and booted. Fucking, I'm that guy now. And then watch what happens when I'm going to go tonight to another strip club and tear that strip club a new asshole before I come out. And they're going to know who the fuck I am and who IMC Nation is. And Vegas knows who we are right now. There you go.
Okay, great. Well, I do want to mention that. Well, first of all, you haven't done your homework on me, okay? So it's okay.
What?
You haven't done your homework on me. You don't know exactly who I am, but it's okay. It's okay. You know,
tell me why that's relevant to what I said. Tell me why that's relevant to what I said.
Because you mentioned that I studied you for 10 years.
You told me.
I know. But you also mentioned that I studied for 10 years, but then I'm sitting here, you know.
I didn't say you. You're saying you. I said you could be like someone. Now you're divulging that it's you. I said you could be
like me. You said 10 years. Okay.
I didn't say you. Just so you know. Let me tell you something. Not one breath leaves my mouth without me being conscious of it. That's why I catch people all the time. Listen, I never said you. I said you could be like a student. Okay. Now you said it's you, so it must be you.
I made it me because of I projected onto me because you said 10 years. I said 10 years. I connected those dots in my head.
It was you. I just didn't want to tell your audience because it's your show, but you did.
You could say it's okay.
Now it's you.
It's completely okay. I'm completely
okay. What part of it was false? Tell me.
Well, you haven't done your homework on me, so you don't know exactly who I am. So you don't know.
No, but I don't need to know you. I know you're weak with women. I know you can't hang with me. I know that I would destroy you and your sets left and right. I know that if you and I went to a club tonight, or you could choose, we go to the jungle We could go to your family's house. We go to your girlfriend's house. That if we go there, I can take all the girls from you. You can't. That's what I know. And if you don't think I know that, then I'll pay for your flight to come to Vegas. I'll pay for you to stay here for 2 days if you video it.
Vegas? Why Vegas? Why not like Miami?
Because I live here, bro. Because I live here.
Okay, why not another place that's a little bit away from like the attraction, away from a place that you already live?
I'll tell you exactly why. Because
different tribe.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because you could either hunt buffaloes as a lion or squirrels like you do. Let me tell you again where I'm at. Let me tell you where I'm at. Let me tell you where I'm at. I'm in Las Vegas, the city of sin, where the entire world, not United States, comes to party. In Las Vegas, to get hired as a stripper, you have to be extremely hot. You can't be like your fucking, whatever the fuck you guys are. Vegas is the place. It is the #1 strip clubs here, Atlanta, but Atlanta's ghetto. This is made for upper class people. Atlanta's not. So why Vegas? Because if you want to know Hunter, if you want to know Craven, the hunter, go where the prey are predators. I'm hunting alligators, and wolves, and lions, and you guys are hunting sheep.
They're still attractive women, 10 out of 10, in other places like Miami. They're not all squirting.
Yeah, we could go to Miami, but I would have to travel across the world to prove to you.
There's a few states.
Bro, I'm in Vegas. It's Miami. It's 18 hours. My girlfriend is dancing Miami right now. That's how I know. It's 18 hours.
You're challenging me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm saying that instead of Vegas, we could go to Miami. But I don't know why you're challenging me. Like, again, you don't really.
You know why I'm challenging you?
So,
no, you know why I'm challenging you? Because No, I'll tell you why I'm challenging you. Because you want to learn from me.
Well, I want to have you on the podcast so I can have my audience learn from you. If I want to
you need
I
to
would have taken your seminar.
Your audience can't learn from me because you haven't learned from me. That's why I'm challenging you.
I know that, but you don't know that though.
I do know. I'm telling you. Prove it.
How would I prove it?
I'm telling you.
So,
I have to scare
you.
you.
I'll tell you.
Listen, bro.
I'll tell you.
Until you can do what I can do, you're gonna have to listen to me because you can't.
But
so let me tell you.
Okay, go ahead. But you don't know what I can do.
Let me tell you how I know.
Sure.
It's in your voice. It's in your look. It's in your reaction to what I'm saying. I will destroy you, and you need to do that before you learn. If you went to jiu-jitsu,
I don't think you will. Maybe on the mat. In jiu-jitsu, you'll beat me up. Okay, I'm a white belt.
No, fuck jiu-jitsu. Fuck jiu-jitsu. Listen, in the game of life, as a man, in getting beautiful women, it would be you're a squirrel, I'm a dragon. It's not even close. The dragon.
To challenge me. Then challenge me then. This is all about. Challenge me.
You've been officially challenged online.
Okay, good. Good, great. You're a challenger.
Now accept the challenge.
Good. You're a challenger.
Accept the challenge.
But the challenge is not Vegas, though. I want us to go to a different place.
Why are you afraid of Vegas?
Around your tribe.
Why are you afraid of Vegas?
I'm not afraid of Vegas. Why are you afraid of going out of Vegas?
Why would I be? Listen, bro. I work.
Exactly. Why are you afraid?
Listen, bro. First of all, if you think I'm afraid, you're a bitch because I'm not. So don't go there. Okay. Don't go there because I'm not afraid of nobody. You know that.
Then. Accept it.
I'm going to give you an answer.
Okay.
So listen carefully. Because my life, 24 hours a day, involves doing this in field with 33 men that moved here to study with me. I'm going to tell them, I'm going to go beat up a little chump and come back. So
you're not going to tell them anything. It's just like
I'm going to tell them, this is my life. You
tell them that, hey, I'm going on vacation. Again, whatever you tell them is irrelevant.
I'm not going on vacation. I'm going over to annihilate you. What the fuck are you talking about?
Again, I don't understand why you're so heated.
Because you're you know, and you don't know shit. So come.
Why are you getting so angry? But it's the thing. But you still haven't done any research on me. You don't know who I am.
I don't need research. I'm listening to you, bro.
You don't know who I am at all.
You could not get a 10 worth anything. She would walk over you.
You said I'm dressed really nice, which is thank you.
It's not about that. I could dress like that.
Thank you.
I could dress like that. You're a soft, pretty boy who, if your parents found out some shit.
Not really. No. I've lived a really hard life.
Come on, Persian boy. I come from your country.
Yeah.
Don't even try to lie to me. I know your culture better than
you. My life was fucking challenging.
It still is. It still is. It's not that much
right now. It's okay. It used to be challenging.
You're struggling with women.
I'm not struggling. But again, so this is the thing. So I used to watch you a long time ago, okay? Back when I was in high school. And I've always wanted to have you on a podcast. And now you're here in a podcast with me.
Good.
So you're my guest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're my guest on my podcast. So
right. This is what it's like. This is what it's like to have me in a podcast and say I've studied you.
I've studied you. So what? You're the one getting insulted by it.
I'm not getting insulted. I'm challenging one who says he knows. Just like the Magic, you don't know shit, bro.
I do know Magic. I've done Magic for 30 years. That is something that's really, really close to me.
What did you do? What did you do? White magic with white folks and fucking witches
in
a fucking
There's
druid?
no color to magic. It's your intention.
Okay.
There's no color to it. I do candles. I do voodoo. I could read your eyes. Even right now, I can read your eyes. Even on this call,
you sound. If there was 10
here, you right now.
If there was 10 here, they would think either you're gay or you're a girl. Literally, you're speaking.
Or they would think you're sensitive.
You're
on your period. One or the other.
Woman.
You're either having your like menstrual cycle or something.
Yeah.
Like having a. I'm not sure. Like you flipped out.
And still on my menstrual cycle.
You've been fucking crazy, dude.
I'm still on my menstrual cycle. I could still whoop your ass when it comes to women. Imagine that I'm on menstrual cycle. I'm so much better than you, but you haven't even hit puberty yet.
Well, you have to leave Vegas, though. That's the thing. If you don't leave Vegas, then
I was in the Bay Area, then I was in LA and destroyed everybody. Now I'm in Vegas. I go.
You gotta do it again.
Where I go, unlike you and the fake teachers, students follow me. I move with 33 people and I ain't going to fucking Miami to show you.
When we go out, though, you can't bring your posse, okay? You can't bring your people. You can't bring like 5 girls. No, you can't.
Okay.
That makes talking. You can't.
I'm sure you're easier without them. With them,
it's gonna be you and me. That's it. I don't want like additional people.
Yeah,
you're just adding elements to it.
It'll be you and I, and you could pick the location. But I'm not traveling outside unless I go. Listen, I go to LA twice a month. I go to Bay Area once every 3 months. If you want to meet me somewhere else because you're afraid of Vegas, because I know you are, then meet me there. Otherwise, don't expect me to go to Miami to show you how weak you are. Sorry, it ain't happening.
Hey, listen, if it's Miami, you're gonna have to man up and just do it, or you can make excuses. Are you dumb, bro? Do you not get what I do here? Do you not get my life? I don't know. You're the one making excuses, so you tell me.
What you're calling excuses is the lack of your intelligence of seeing what I do here in my life. Why would I leave my life? Okay, would you like to? Okay.
Arash, you said yourself.
I'll do like this. No, I'll do it like this because I know how much I get paid. If I go to Miami and I beat you, and you call the audience, are you willing to put 100,000 on this? Then it's worth me going because that's what I'm making.
No, right now I can't do 100,000.
Okay, how much can you do? And I'll tell you if I go. If I win, I have to win, and the audience can vote, and we'll put it on camera. And in fact, better than that, the girls I'll put them on camera, and they'll tell them in front of everybody how weak you are. Sure. So how much money?
How much money you want me to put on? I'll put 5,000. I'm not gonna.
Bro, I make 5,000 in one day. I'm sorry, it's not gonna be
for you then. There should be nothing for you then.
Exactly, it is nothing, so I'm not going to go. Right. It's got to be. You see how you don't know about?
See how you change it? You say one thing, I answer it. It's not what
you are so weak and ignorant.
And then you go you can't, like something else.
You are so weak and ignorant that you have no.
You're the one yelling. You're the one shirtless.
A man yells. A man yells. You see, you're a girl. A man yells. Have you ever listen? Have you ever had a father? Have you ever had a father or a martial arts instructor or a general in the army? When you go to the army, do they whisper like?
We're not in the army though. That's what I'm saying. Like we're just.
I am.
Right now, you're in the army. Right now, you're not. Okay, that's called trauma, my friend. That's called trauma.
No.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And I win with it, and you're a bitch with it. You also have trauma.
How? I do have trauma. Yes, you're right. I have
then why do you point at mine when you look so weak with yours?
But you're the one yelling. Strong. I'm not yelling. You're the one yelling.
Yelling is what's required right now. It's my expression, you bitch.
Okay, you can express it all you want, but you're the one like trying to like insult me, throw these things out there.
Insulted. That's your bitch ass.
You're trying so hard to.
I am expressing myself genuinely. You don't get that because you're a robot.
Now I get that. But I didn't know that about your personality.
Remember when you first saw my video on YouTube? I'll tell you the thoughts you had. This guy is a great communicator. He's alpha. You remember that? You've never spoken to me. This is what it is.
Okay.
Face it.
Now I can understand your personality. Okay, that's fine.
I've never seen a lion around you, so you don't know how to act.
Sure, I know how to act. Look at me.
So that makes you okay.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not yelling. I'm not doing anything.
So that makes you okay. That makes you so weak. You can't tell a woman. You can't tell a woman, hey, watch yourself. You will never be able to do that.
So with women, the way I talk to them, I don't need to talk to them the same way I talk to you. The way I talk to you is like, why?
You can't help what's in your heart comes out of your mouth. You can't help it. You can manipulate them a little bit, but you can't help what's in your heart.
Like, if you were not a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, Arash, I would challenge you on the mat. But since you are...
But what does that have to do with women? We're not even talking about that. A lot of my friends...
You're talking about yelling and all this expression. My expression
is telling you
ass on the mat.
I will whoop your ass
so
in
if
women.
you were not a black belt, I will
I'm
whoop
telling
your
you,
ass.
I'll whoop your ass
You're
with
a white
women.
black belt, so I can't do
Who cares about fighting? We're not talking about that.
That's what it sounded like. You're yelling. I'm talking about
because you're weak. That's because
my expression would be, by the time I get to that point, I would want to beat the fuck out of you. That's
exactly. I get ready.
But I don't need to yell and get
hold on.
And puffy.
You proved it. Hold on.
I don't need to yell. Unlike you.
Exactly. Hold on. You said by the time we get there, I would beat your ass. Guess what? You couldn't.
Exactly. I wouldn't fight you, Arash. I wouldn't fight you. I wouldn't fight you.
Black belt by sitting here.
I wouldn't fight you. I wouldn't get to the point of us fighting. I will walk away or do something else. I will move away from it.
You don't stand a chance. That's all I know. So if you want to learn, ask questions to learn. If you want to hear who I am.
No, this is a gentleman. This is how men are. You're just being a boy right now. So you could.
Oh, I'm being a boy. I'm being a boy. I'm being a boy leading a nation of men. Hold on.
You're the one saying this.
Hold on. You say I'm being a boy, but your life is a little boy.
How?
Bro, let your audience figure that out. I can hear the bitchness in your voice. I can hear the softness.
Can't hear anything. Listen,
you are so
gaslighting is
you're like a teddy bear.
Your gaslighting is unreal, but your magic is. I will. That's something I will respect you. Your magic, your masculinity.
No. If you respect my magic, then know that you're being destroyed. It's the same guy. I don't stop doing it. I don't turn it on and turn it off.
All right,
I don't put on my black belt. I have it in me. This is the magic speaking to you.
Can we get to another question? Is that okay?
Whatever you like.
Okay, another question. All right. This is fun. Okay, this is exciting.
Okay, good.
All right, cool. All right, so, all right, again, this is another one where I'm interested in how you will break it down. Okay, now, I hear this all the time where people compare magic and NLP, and you did mention something earlier. You said there's another name of looking at it. In what way does this relate to game in a way where it makes you more genuine? Like NLP, everyone always says that's manipulative. You're deceiving somebody. Now magic, I would say, is more integrity based. Now, how does NLP, who's really manipulative, and magic, who's a little bit more genuine, how does these two relate into dating?
I don't agree with that statement. First of all, I would like you to define magic, because I realized after you said that, we might have different definitions. What's magic?
Magic is integrity, discipline, the way you live your life, your faith. And there's a lot more into it too. It's not just that.
No, give me the definition. So tell me what it is, and don't say there's a lot more. Everything has a definition. That's a car, that's a house, that's a fridge. What's magic?
Magic is your internal being, the way you see the world and yourself, and the way you carry yourself through it.
Okay, so if that's true, because that's not magic. If that's true, then how do I use that? And then everybody's got it, right? So why even talk to me about it? You should have all the answers. Everybody has that.
Well, the way you use it is that, well, there's multiple ways. But the way you use it is that you are the one who's driving the force. So there's no excuses. When you need to do something in life, you fucking get up and do it. And then you get yourself disciplined with that, which means every day you get up and do the same things over and over again, because that is what builds you up. It builds your character. And the magic too.
And if that's your definition of magic, then you understand that that's not magic. That's not a definition of magic at all. That's self-confidence. That sounds like just regular living, bro. How the fuck is that magic?
No, it's not. No, magic and everyday living is the exact same way. If your magic is you only activate it over here, but you're living your life like an asshole, your magic is not going to be strong. It's going to be weak.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because I have been an asshole myself, and my magic has been weak. It's not been strong.
That's not true. That's not true. Magic is an exact science, and if you apply it, you should get results. It had nothing to do with that dumb shit you're talking about.
Actually, it does. It has a lot to do with it.
Okay, if it does,
plays a huge fucking role in the way you manifest things into your life. If you don't see that, then you're like a beginner.
Yeah, That's not magic. Magic is an
All right, then
exact
you're a
science.
beginner. You're chapter
And
one.
listen, it doesn't matter whether you are a good or a bad person. If you know how to fix a car, you fix a car or code a computer. Magic is an exact science, an exact definition, exact language. When used, it has an effect in the physical environment. End of
It's
story.
based on your intention. So if your intention to fix that car, obviously you're comparing the technicality with
Yes, I want technical magic. I'm a
you're
technician.
comparing technicality with emotions. Okay, so if technically I want something in life, regardless of what I think, if I associate my emotions to technicality, it makes it amplified. It makes it stronger. Okay, when every day, everything I do in my life, all my integrity, everything's the same. I don't switch it up just behind the camera or in Vegas or in front of you right here.
What does that have to do with magic?
Because now when I do my manifestations and when I do my faith and when I focus into something that I want, it circulates a lot more because every day I'm living my life. I'm living.
And what good?
that
And
way.
what good is that when every other person knows what you said and nothing still happens? Everyone knows what you said. So then everyone's a magician, and that's the problem.
I disagree.
Nobody is.
Again, you don't know my life, okay? So I have built myself up from the ashes to where I am today. All the connections I've made, okay, including yourself right here, everything I've done to grow my company to where it is today, these are all the things I've done with my
I
magic,
only
my
care
faith, and
about
integrity.
beautiful women and your interaction. I'm speaking in that context, nothing else. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
So in regards to that, you ain't shit.
Right.
End of story.
Yeah, in regards to that, then I relate magic to mind fucking. When I'm connecting really deeply toward that, we're no longer here. It's like we're in space and we're freezing time. So
you're calling magic in regards to within?
there's a connection. There's a connection between both of our energies intertwining, and I'm bringing her into my fantasy. I'm showing her my world, my reality.
That you call that magic?
That is magic. Magic
That's
is
not
reality. Magic
That's not
is
magic,
reality. The way you progress through the. Again, you could have your own definition. We do the same thing, brother.
No, we don't.
Different what we do.
That's your problem. No, we don't. No, we don't.
We do
That's
the
your
same
problem.
thing. You could say all we want. We do the same
You
thing.
have no idea what's going on here. What's here is reserved for the eyes that are here. That's why YouTube and those videos, that's why you guys are so confused. No, we don't do the same thing. You have no idea.
And how did I come this far?
What?
How are you here before me, Arash, talking to me when I used to, like, in high school, watch you and be like, oh, I can't wait to get a podcast for this guy. How am
Good
I?
for you. You did it.
You?
Congratulations.
What happened?
Congratulations. I'm talking about women.
Okay.
Keep bringing up other shit. I'm talking about women. Stop talking about other shit. There's people that make more money than me. I know UFC fighters are my students. I know high-level musicians are my. If you see them in the world, somewhere in that category, I know their best friend who's a champion. They're my students. Guess what? It doesn't matter. I'm talking about women. They come to me for that. So talk about women, not be on the podcast.
Of
Congratulations.
course, yeah.
You might be the most successful man on the planet and still, like Bill Gates, not know what the fuck is happening with women. That's not what I'm talking about.
I told you my reality is okay. So before I started company, I had 2 girlfriends. I taught them game, and then we would go to clubs, and they will pick up chicks for me. Okay, so I combined magic with them, so all of us are on the same exact page. And when they go up to meet a woman to meet me, they're not talking through their eyes anymore. They're talking through my mouth, my tongue, my language. Okay, so it's almost like I'm over here, but they're over there attracting girls for me. So that's how I would relate my magic.
So if I asked you, now I'm a student, and I said, wow, that was amazing. Teach me. What would you tell me about that? How did you do that?
First, I will teach you to get one woman so you understand the energy and how that works. And
well,
then
I want to know the magic, though. Not about getting. I want to know what you just did. Give me some formula. I'm not into hocus pocus shit. I want to know a formula. I'm a formula man. Jiu-jitsu works as a formula. Everything I do works as a formula. I have a formula for women. I have a formula for communication that'll defeat any man and get any woman. That's what I have. Now, I can give that, and I share that 1,000 times a day. I'm asking you, I'm coming to you, wow, that was amazing. Your women are getting girls for you, and it looks like you're talking through the mouth. And I say to you, that's magic. Teach me. Teach me one way. I just need one technique, so I'm not talking to somebody who's superstitious only. Show me something that I go, that's magic.
Words of affirmation. Just give yourself a mantra.
Okay, so now according to you, because you asked now, this is my answer. This is me answering NLP and magic you asked, right? You see that? Based on your definition, that mantra is magic now. So based on your definition, NLP is magic also. Same thing. Because you're going to put everything in the category. You're going to put everything you do that somehow gets a result as magic, and that's the problem. And magic is not that. It's an exact science that has art behind it. That's what makes it special. It's like music is a science of rhythm and sound and cadence and silences, right? All that shit. But applying it takes art and takes skill. Magic is one of those things. And there are different forms of magic, and each of them are codified. And when you see a high-level magician in that field, you should recognize that you know it. Now, in the field of mind control and seduction, I am the magician, and I don't know any other ones yet. But I'm looking for them, and I'm challenging the entire world. And I'm going to bring Andrew Tate down like a fucking little twig that he is. And he knows it, and I know it, and everybody knows it. And it's just a matter of time. That's why he dodges it. Sooner or later, everybody will see, because there's real magic. And again, I'm not using magic to do this. Let me tell you what I'm using. I'm using intelligence and communication. End of story. But being intelligent and knowing how to communicate, my gift is communication. With that gift that God gave me, I can do everything, and I'm doing it. So there's a real way to do it. I've codified it. I continue to codify it. It's deeper. I'm still a student. I'm going out tonight. I was out last night. This is what I do. And I go and I perform it right in front of people. And if you get the testimonial of the students, you would understand what's happening. Okay, you don't know what's going on. You're watching YouTube videos, not in the inner circle. And any magic, real magician, any real power has an inner circle, guys. Don't expect me to come over here and give you the fucking philosopher's stone. Expect me to come over here and show you the power of it. Challenge you to go back. If I'm fake or if I'm stupid, I'm emotional, good. You cut yourself off from me. My power shall grow. You'll never have access to this shit again. Or if I'm real, you humble yourself and you learn. There's no other way to deal with the master. There's no other way. I'm not trying to make friends. I don't care if you like me. I could give a flying fuck if you live or die. I'm addicted and I'm possessed. I'm obsessed with this thing that flows through me that is every single minute creating miracles in my life. That is what my faith is. That's where I'm at. And I'm going to demonstrate it. And I have no friends or care about that shit. Yet I have thousands and millions and hundreds of billions of friends. It's the greatest thing in the world. Now, that's what this is. Either run or come and learn. But don't stand there on the edges. If you saw a lion, don't stand around when he's hunting. You're going to be part of the hunt. And that's a real thing. And if you think a lion is dangerous, you should meet a real man. The lion should get my tattoo. That's the difference. The lion, he channels AZD in the jungle so you could hunt better. That's the difference, okay? That's the difference. And I'm real and I exist and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Okay, well said, well said. You mentioned something, and this is last closing point, and then we're going to wrap up here. Are you still good with time? Okay, cool.
I have like 2 hours. I can do whatever.
You do? Okay, cool. I don't have 2 hours, but
okay.
Let me see. You mentioned the word connection, and you said some other word. I don't remember the other word. You mentioned that you don't use magic. You're using intelligence. And then you said something else. I think semantics, communication, something, right?
Yeah, language is my gift.
Okay.
Communication. But it goes, when you say language and communication, you're saying a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's like saying medicine. It's a huge.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so to your point, wouldn't you say intelligence? Because I mentioned that magic and inner game are intertwined. Okay, it's one and the same. Okay, to me, whatever you want to say, to me, it's one and the same. Now, you mentioned that you were not using magic; you were using intelligence and communication. Wouldn't you say that through your words and through your, you know what I'm saying, right? You already know what I'm going to say. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we could go past it.
No,
okay.
I want to tell you this. The only reason I call it magic is because we've been trying to call it many things for many years. I've been doing this experiment for over 17 years with people. And the thing that captures it most accurately, not knowing if that's it, but the word that captures it most closely is magic. But I can't even say it's that. I can say it's senior to magic. That's what makes me a powerful magician. But it's senior to magic. It's underneath it. It's an understanding of the coding of language and the DNA. And there's some deep shit going on here. And there's a language for each thing. There's a language for music, and there's a language for each instrument. There's a language for reading the notes. I mean, everything is language. Jiu-jitsu is a language on the ground, so is wrestling, and so is fucking sambo, and these different languages, and they have some things in common. Now, just because you know it doesn't mean you can be great. It means how well-versed you are, whatever, right? Some people are talented. So when it comes to expressing oneself, I haven't seen anybody greater than myself. I can't take credit because I don't know how it happened. But every night I go out, every night I take witnesses. Next day we come back, we talk 3 hours like this morning about what we saw. And I was doing the experiment alone in the Bay Area for a long time. Then COVID hit. When COVID hit, I went online to my students and I said, I'm going to do an experiment. I would like to have 4 or 5 guys come live in San Jose. You get to live with me. I'll share the rent with you guys. We get a house. I ask you one thing. If I'm real, you tell the world about it. That's what started the movement suddenly. So during COVID, 5 guys, never knew them. Offer you 2. And they came to San Jose and they lived with me for 4 years. And so from there, they saw it. Then as they started talking about it, other students who had known them started to come around. I started in boot camps once a month. 30, 40, 50 people would show up to San Jose and I would show them. This kept going. COVID was lifted. I had a vision of coming to Vegas. We came to Vegas, Bay Area, and it's called Man Jose where I was. San Jose, there's very few women, right? But in there, I was killing it. Then we went to Hollywood, LA. I murdered over there too quick because it was similar culture. Came to Vegas, and it's been a year and like 2-3 months, and there's nothing like us here. So this is the right place for it because every night I can see so many 10s. There's always so much competition. The competition is the highest level. The venues are the highest level. The women are the highest level. None of these girls are trying to get in a fucking relationship with a customer. That's ridiculous, right? They're there to make their fucking money. You know, so we go out like on a Friday, Saturday night. These women are making $2,000, $3,000, sometimes $7,000 to $10,000 a night. And I'm only spending with maybe $200, $300. Like, what's happening here? How is that woman with me as my girlfriend? How is it I go? At first, when we go to these clubs, they thought that I was lying or exaggerating when I would say, "Oh, my girlfriend is here," and hey, straight up, they would laugh at me. Like the girl would be like, "Oh, your girlfriend? Okay," and walk off. Like what a chump. Okay, well, I'm still here and I still go to it. Then what would happen is they would see me and my girlfriend after a while, and they would be my girlfriend. They would see it. Now the reputation's there. I go to a new place last night called Chicas Bonitas. It's not new. I stopped going there because I went there. I got a girlfriend from there, right? Her and I became boyfriend, girlfriend. She moved to another fucking strip club, and I would go there. Now, she asked me, please don't go to that strip club because she had all these girls that wanted me over there, and she knew it. She was my girlfriend. I told her, no problem. So I didn't go there for about maybe 6, 7 months. We broke up last week. Last night was the first night I went back to her old workplace. The moment I walked in, 2, 3 girls come up. One of them says to me, hey, but she brings her up. I said, we're not together anymore. So now it's known I'm the guy. I'm that guy who dates these women without a doubt, and it's breaking the reality of everybody around me. It's like, oh, there comes that guy. It's a trip. I've done everything. Look, bro, this is how I started class this morning. I did an open class, which means I invited anybody who got the link. I didn't charge for it. And I asked 2 men before we started. I said, I want you to imagine you have a dream tonight, and you get to be in your dream and go to a strip club in Vegas. And I want you to define, like a magic wand, everything that would be the perfect dream. So one of them did it. Then the other one did it. I asked the first guy, if tonight you were going to fall asleep and dream that, wake up and go, damn, that was a vivid dream because you felt all the experiences. And some, we all have dreams that we remember from childhood. It was a dream that you could always reference. I said to him, okay, how much would having that dream tonight, just a dream, you'd be willing to pay for it? He said $10,000. Then we went to the next guy, and he designed his reality right in his dream. He also said $10,000. After they were done, everybody understand, you guys would pay $10,000 to dream that tonight. Ready? I'm not going to speak. I had 9 people with me last night. They were there this morning. They're going to tell you about my life last night. The moment they started, those guys' dream, because their ability to imagine what's possible, it would be, we have to give metaphors to understand, because otherwise, how do we do it? It would be like if they were a shooting star. Wow, look at that. Their dream was a shooting star. And I was a galaxy filled with planets and stars. My reality of one night, that wasn't even a dream, it was my reality, was so much greater than 2 adult successful men's ability who go to strip clubs to imagine what their perfect lucid dreaming would have been. And they had to face that. And I said, either all these men are lying and this is some weird fucking conspiracy, or this is what happened. Now, if you were willing to pay $10,000 to have a fucking dream, if you were willing to pay $10,000 to have a fucking dream, then imagine if I told you in real life that dream doesn't even compare to reality. And I believe everybody can do what I can do, just like anything else I've ever done. But it's going to take much more than what they're actually imagining. You guys are not using the right material, the equipment. You're not using the right elements. Talk about alchemy. You're not using the right elements to stir it up, to create this philosopher's stone. The elements, the words you're using to yourself, the words you're using to her, the words you're using to your friends, to your employees, employers, every corner of your world in a relationship, like the 10,000 goddess hands, you have to have every single line of communication humming a certain way. When that happens, it unlocks, ching, 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 and there's levels of it. I keep unlocking levels, and it's no joke, bro. So I'm faced, and you go, and why am I so passionate, angry, emotional, whatever words are there, because you're not understanding. This is real. Hey, bro, what would you do if suddenly the Force in the Jedi movie was real and you were given it as an inheritor to pass it on? How would you do it if somebody had potential in front of you and you knew how much they needed it? You'd be like, drop your fucking weapon and let me teach you the lightsaber. Stop doing this and let me show you to move the Force, because I'm still growing. If you did a podcast with me tomorrow, I would be a completely different person. And that's a trip, because tonight I'm going to change again. Because when I go in field, the universe itself is my teacher right now. Tonight I'll have all the experiences that I need to grow tonight, because I'm 100% locked in, bro. Like, I'm doing nothing else. Like, imagine if you do nothing else 24 hours a day. That's why I can't go to fucking Miami. I can't go see my own parents. Look, I love my parents more than anything. Every Persian person knows that. They are everything to us. If you're a true Persian, and I am, then there's nothing like mom and dad. There's nobody that can replace them, and you miss them for the rest of your life. That's how I am. Okay, I texted my mom today. I'm going to come visit you guys in 2 months, whatever. It was so painful to extract myself from California, knowing my parents are old. One's 82, one's 71. They're still together. And I know it's towards the end of their life, right? I can't help it. Something has happened to me that completely altered my life. I tell you, I'm not in control of it. I don't know what's happening. When I yell and do these things, I'm aware what's happening. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm not only not going to stop it, I'm going to sit back and let it move. Why? Because as it moves, I get to live this unbelievable life. It's like, at the end of the night, I only have one thing to do, because there's nothing else I could do that makes sense. And it's when I'm sleeping, I have to look up and go, I don't know who you are, God, or if you are God. I don't know what the fuck is happening. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you give me tomorrow, I'll do it again. And I wake up, and my first moments of thoughts are, here we go. I'm not letting you down, and we're going to do it again. And I'll tell you, I predict already to all I'm about to go to strip club tonight. I told them, everybody, come out and expect miracles and be ready and challenge me. They're supposed to be there to try to take my woman. That's how I know what I can do. We don't go there sucking each other's dick. We go there as a group of wolves ready to hunt. And if you're a weak wolf, then I'm going to take your scent from you. Okay? Go ahead.
Love that. Okay, got me hyped up.
Yeah.
I don't show it the same way, but you got me hyped.
No, I get it, but you don't need to, because I can feel it. Mm-hmm. Emotions are felt. When you're in tune, that's what I'm saying. I don't need anybody to tell me anything, because it's visible. When they speak, it's visible. When you have a gift, you could hear it. Maybe something went wrong in my head as a child. I don't know. Bro, I tell you honestly, I don't know. And that's why I like talking about it. That's why I do any podcast, because then I get a chance to dialogue with another intelligent human being and put it out exactly as it is. I could have censored a million ways and made this a certain podcast. I don't want that, bro. I need to know what's happening here.
It's going to be fucking unedited, okay? Trust me, brother, okay? And
whatever you do.
Copy to you too, okay?
Yeah, whatever you do with it. Again, I need it to express myself.
Good.
Like you could trash it. You could put it in archives. I'm just here to see what's happening next. This is the expression of that thing. Tonight gets the girl, gets that. I need it to do it, and need to step back and say, let's go. And that would be if you have to die every single day and be reborn if you're going to do what I do. You really got to do that. You really got to understand these old sayings. They are alive in me. Like these things that people read about, these expressions express themselves in my speech, movement, rhythm, metaphors, for everything. And again, look, I want to be clear with everybody, because when I speak like that, there's a lot of people, mostly being my friends, who could beat the shit out of me in a fight, because my friends are much greater fighters than me, because I stopped doing it like 7 years ago. They didn't stop. My jiu-jitsu teacher currently, Sandro Patalo, look him up. He is the current, right now, #1 black belt gold medalist, ranked #1 in the entire world in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament. That's my teacher. I'm his first black belt. So I'm telling you, I'm not speaking like I can kick people's ass. I'm very clear. When it comes to mating, I have the code, and the alpha gets the girl. And that's God's code. Like, you can't fake it. You can't use money to do it. You can't. She will see through all the manipulations. She'll even have sex with you. She'll even be your girlfriend. But she knows something I know, that God knows, that she is not yours. And there's a big difference when she's yours. There's a different level of relationship. I have 0 fights with multiple girlfriends. There are no arguments, and you wouldn't believe it. One girl that just left, I've been with her for 19 years. That's the oldest relationship. One girl I've been with for 2 weeks. Both girls are in my life. Both girls know about each other. Both girls are unbelievable looking. I'm going to grab my phone. Give me a second. I'm going to turn this on my underwear. I'll be right back. Let me show you something.
That was the plan.
Let me show you something. All right. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. So I don't always do this, but I like the direction that's going. So first of all, the girl that just left, here's a montage of the videos of Facebook. 19 years together, because I'm not just talking shit. You have to understand there's a level to this. There's a level to this that people need to get. Don't fuck around, everybody. This is your life. I've cracked the code. I'm more than willing to teach it. I want to teach it. It wants to express itself through me. So here's 19 years. This is a relationship, because it's not just regular girls. Hold on, you missed it. Fuck.
Yeah, I see it. Beautiful couple.
Just watch, though. I'm not done with that. I want to show you first, sir. Then I'm going to show you 19 years. Then I want to show you fucking 2 weeks. This is what a 10 looks like.
Does she train jujitsu?
No. That's not her. That's Instagram making a mistake. That's her.
Yeah.
That's not her. That's my other girlfriend's.
Mm-hmm.
That's not her. But look at the other one. Okay?
Yeah.
That's her, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
Okay? That's you. Jesus. Okay, so I can go on. But now we're going to go to 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And they know each other. I'm just going to click her text. Okay, I'm clicking her text. I'm going to click the pictures that are sent so you guys can see what she sent me and who she is. Okay, this is my girlfriend of 2 weeks. But nice. Wait, yeah. She's Cuban. Hold on.
Sexy.
Hold on. It's like retarded hot. And they're both retarded hot. And they're so incredible looking. Oh, here we go. There's her text to me.
Sexy.
We're talking perfect tits, perfect ass, perfect face, hair, nails, head to toe. Now, if just one of them was my girl, and a lot of coaches would do that, look, I don't even want people to see my girls. I don't even post them no more, man. Like, that's 2. What if I showed you the third one who's been with me for 17 years, 16 years? Hannah. Those names are Electra, Hannah, and Ari, okay? And so what if, here's the other one, 16 years. This is, here we go. Here's Hannah. Hold on. But that's 3 of them, but.
Yeah, she's sexy.
Wait till you see her body. Please don't do any justice right now. Sounds like California. There we go. Now you can see her. There we go.
She has nice eyes. I like this one.
There's that blonde bombshell. There's that white, fucking creamy, perfect white girl. With a perfect body, perfect face.
Sexy.
Right? So, now let's just go over this. Those are 3 of several more girlfriends, right? One been with me 19 years, one 16 years, one 2 weeks. 2 weeks? How do you even get a girl here and be like, yeah, I got a bunch of fucking girlfriends? You know what they would do? You guys go date a Cuban. Let's see if you get a Cuban to accept that. Like it's out of this world. And every day, reality seems to bend to my will, but I don't know if it's my will. That's the thing. I don't know if it's my will. If you ask me, I would say, no, it's not. And you go, what is it? I go, I'm trying to figure it out. That's why I talk about it so much. I know I'm involved in it. I know I'm part of it. And if you ask me what magic was, it's when I become the conductor between that power and this reality, and I can manifest it every single time without fail, just exact like this is it. This is how you purify water. This is how you build a bridge. This is how you build an airplane. There's physics to it, and this is how you do it. And I can teach you the physics, literally. I can teach you how to change your voice, change your eyes, change the energy in your heart, in your mind, in your finger. I can teach you how to touch differently. I mean, because listen, we're talking about the essence of life. We're talking about the numbers that are infinite. It depends how far you go. It's like before the microscope, there was bacteria, but we couldn't see it. Then we developed microscope with bacteria. Now we're at the quantum level, and they keep going. I know something about this universe. It keeps going every time you observe it. And so the question to ask me, not in this podcast, but like in a private, scientist will be sitting in the morning. The question to ask me is, from your perspective of these instruments that you have to measure women and this and like this podcast and all that, what are you measuring and what is it? Because once I give you the sentences, the words, they become visible. That's the power of it, right? I have very powerful sentences inside that if divulged, which will rewrite. Look who just texted me. This is the girlfriend of 2 weeks just texting me. I haven't clicked it yet. I'm going to click it and I'm going to share the text. Would you like that? Isn't that be crazy?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
And this is what integrity is. Okay. I'm going to show it and you can fucking screenshot it later for yourself or whatever. I'm just going to read it. You can't see it like that. So it is.
Yeah.
Hi, baby. What time will you be at the club tonight? But she's going to meet me there tonight. I say, hi, my love. I'll be there by 9:45. Okay? So she why does it say my battery's dying? Hey, if this dies, I've been charging it. I don't know why it's not interesting. If it dies, that's what happened. Okay, I'll try to go on my phone. But anyway, so this is my life. Now, as we're talking so far, Electra that you saw left. New girlfriend just texted about tonight. If you stick around or call back in an hour, there'll be another girlfriend here that you haven't seen. Okay, and then okay, then I'll show you who'll be here.
All right, you can just like send a selfie, send a picture
Of me?
No, of like when your next girlfriend comes in.
Oh, I can do that. I wouldn't want to necessarily share because it's not organic. Look, when it becomes showing off, it won't work. Here's one of the laws. You guys want to hear one of the laws that is very real? Okay, try showing off and watch the power go away. And I can give you a million references from not me, from the Bible to the Quran to the Satan book of whatever to the Egyptian book of. I can show you that every person who reached the level would tell you that the moment you try to use it for something, it doesn't go, and we have to try to figure out why that is. And I know why that is, but there's an example of what I say. Okay, here are the physics. Everybody, look. Next time, go out and try to show off with whatever you're good at. Basketball, pool, whatever. And really be like, watch this. And watch how your power begins to diminish and you start to get frustrated and it goes away. Now, we've all experienced this, right? Yet one of the biggest mistakes men make with women is this is the thing, it's subconscious, right? So I have the language of the subconscious mind. What Carl Jung called the shadow self has been fully integrated here. I can do his shit. But the problem is when you're not integrated and you're not in tune with your own emotions, all of that this is an instrument. It's a system. As within, so without. As above, so below. It's a vibrational universe. The universe will swing from left to right. The master holds the middle. Everything is male and female, and ultimately, it's a state of mind. Those are the alchemy laws, right? Now, I embody them because it's in the way I move. It's in the way I do things. So I can tell you this, right? That the desire to show off drops one's actual value. It's not just perception. Your actual value drops. So as a man, you must get to the point where, see, the hunter who's really hunting in our ancestors. All my teachings come from nature. All of them are observable. Our ancestors, just some generations back, not too far back, right? Had to hunt for food. And those men also wanted to show off when they came back to the girl, remember? And because that's how they got the girl, the hunters. Now, but here's the thing. If they didn't catch the meat, they couldn't show off. They could talk all day. Because the girl's like, we're eating and you don't bring it. So it's not showing off once the gold medal is around your neck and you go, let me tell you how I got it. But if you don't have a gold medal on your neck and you want to get the girl, right? If you want to get the 10 and you want to get multiples, then you have to be the champion all the time, right? That's not going to be easy because it's not an act. Because if you are alpha, you're going to get challenged. Alpha means challenged. The alpha lion, the alpha wolf, they have scars because they're being challenged. It's a position of power that's challenged by the environment all the time, especially the women. The women don't want to give their fucking egg to you, especially if you're fucking another girl. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? I'm motherfucking alpha, motherfucker, and you don't need to fuck me, but your friend will, without a doubt. And there's nothing you can do about it. Why? Because it's your genetics. It's just like us. Men have a very hard time being faithful. Wrong word for them, right? But they have a hard time, let's say it properly. They have a very hard time not having sex with another woman. That's what that is. It's not faithful. Because the genetic code is so deep in us that no matter what we say, God's code was, man, go procreate with as many women as you can, okay? And don't worry about it. And God's code to the woman was, don't do that because you're going to suffer. Go find the one man who's got the strongest genes and have his baby because that's how you survive. Because if we were a tribe and that fine bitch was fucking 2 or 3 of us, she wouldn't be. We'd either be killing each other or she would be out. She's not valuable doing that unless she's a whore and nobody wants to have a baby. But if I'm going to have a baby with her, she's fucking 3 warriors. I don't know if it's my baby, bro. So she's designed, if she's fucking the chief or the top alpha, whatever it is, to not even have sight for everybody else. We're going to go out tonight. My guys are great. I mean, they're trained by me. But they're very good. They're just not anywhere near me. But so what? I'm nowhere near Batata in Jiu-Jitsu. I'm very good, but he destroys me. And if he couldn't, I didn't want to study from him. That's why I challenge my students, right? If I'm challenging you, I'm telling you you're important. Because if I don't, listen, I've done other podcasts, bro. If I didn't know you're Persian, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't say all that shit to you because I have to shake you to wake you up. 10 years is too long to have known me to not be around. Like, you got to come see it. I'd rather you come around. I don't challenge you like that, but I will still challenge you. But as a student of mine, like I do these guys, like last night, that's different. That would be exciting for you to see it. And I would tell you, let's go out and watch, like do it. And if you could see, you could take my go for a ball, shake your hand, no problem. Just like Batata and I. All right, ready, Arash? Do everything you can. Shake hands, go. Okay, I'm a black belt. I've been trained. I was great at some point. I couldn't touch him. And you know what? Every time I would go home, I never got bent out of shape. That's why I was the first black belt he had. So it's like, I would just admire him. But that was how he taught me. And that's what I know. Every day, you have to earn your position. That's another rule of magic. You can't say last year I was a great magician. It ain't last year, bro. It's today. Let's see what she says. Her answer to that is, okay, baby, can't wait.
I see it.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to give it a heart on there and say, see you soon. And then here's another girlfriend I was about to show you. And she just texted, I'll be down around 7 p.m. and can drop off the car. Does that time work? Right? She would, even though I said if you call, there'll be somebody here. That's what I knew, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It works. Do you need a ride back? So she's going to drop off the car. Right around 8 o'clock, I do my ritual, tap in, prayer, meditation, imagination. See, these are words. I get into what I do and I begin to change. And this frequency you see begins to become honed. And then I start to really get into it, right? As I start to shower and shave and change and listen to audios, whatever, by the time I walk out, you know, it's Superman taking off his clothes. It's Daredevil putting on his clothes, right? So and you know what? One of the most important things about my movement and what I teach is that it makes you alive. You're going to fall in love with your life. You know, I can sit here and use the words to crush any man's life. I can also take a beggar and a commoner and speak to him and show him the king inside of him. And that just depends on the moment. You know what I mean? That's what a magician is. It's a real thing. He walks into the king's court and the king knows he better not challenge him, because that king's going to lose his crown real fast. Or he walks through the streets and looks at the beggar and he says, what's under that bucket you're sitting in? He goes, I don't know. He said, lift it up, and it's filled with treasure. That's somebody who I have become, really, and I'm trying to figure it out. Part of continuing to evolve and grow in this power is, do not, if you're me, I'm talking about from my level right now, okay? I cannot have any brakes or censorships on it, because it will suddenly crash real hard. When you're flying this fast, then one mistake and you're dead. You're going light years, and then if you hit an asteroid, you're dead. So I'm real aware, and all my job all day, my work, my purpose is to stay aware of all the, just like everybody else, I have a mind, I have a body, all that shit. And it has all these ideas and entities, and the cells are alive, and the way everything affects you. It's a system. It's a huge system. And you and I exist in it. Now it looks like, just like every other system, somehow the codes were given to me. I've earned it somehow. I believe that. And now I know I've earned it. So I'm going to keep earning it. How did I earn it? I'm sure we could go back and watch the videos and follow my life and see how many times I had a choice to break my integrity or not, lose a girl or not, lose my family or not, lose my job, lose my life, every fucking thing I've done. You know what I mean? And it's really important. So, like, I said, you asked me, what's your name? Arash Dibazar. How do you want to say it? AZD. And I said, here they call me Spider. Okay? If you understand the story of that, let me show you something. I don't know if the light will show it. There's a scar.
Kind of
here.
see it.
Can you see a scar?
Yeah, I see it. It looks like a little bruise, kind of.
Well, if you looked at it, it's not a bruise. It's my skin has been melted off.
Damn. Okay.
Because when I was, let me tell you why. I'll make it brief. But this is what I'm telling you. It's crazy. You want to know magic? Come see what's happening. I was in Las Vegas here, and I didn't know. Unbeknownst to me, I was bit by what's called a brown recluse spider. Now, it doesn't always become fatal. It's very bad, but it can be a fatal bite, right? I didn't know that I had been bit by this thing. Long story short, I have witnesses. 3 men were in the hospital with me because I got checked into ICU. I was on my way out, okay? And the doctor comes, he's an old man, and he says to me, listen, bro, I'm not making this up, bro. Hold on. Call Fernando. Friend Carl. Listen, he doesn't know I'm calling him. For my students. He was there. If not, I'll call someone else. Moving on. There's 3 people there, so hopefully one picks up. For sure, they'll call back within like. Hello? Brother, I'm on a special podcast. I didn't tell anybody, but you're live. I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
At some point, I was bit by what kind of an insect here?
Brown recluse spider.
Good. And I called you guys in the middle of the night. I said, I need to be rushed to the hospital, correct?
Correct.
And we got over there, and this is the part I was about to say I didn't say yet. He's going to say it, okay? At some point, the doctor came and he gave me a certain information. Can you please tell my friend here what's going on? What did the doctor say? This is Captain Chris, Yogi Chris. He's the captain of IMT Nation, highest rank. Okay, go ahead. Tell him. He was there.
Sir, yeah. Yes, sir. Older white man, he comes in and he says, you need to stay overnight. You're like, I'm not staying overnight. It's like, listen, you got to stay. I don't recommend that you leave. And you were like, what are the chances if I leave that this isn't going to go right? And he was like, 99% chance that it's going to get really bad if you leave here.
Which is, he said, die, actually. I said, well, am I going to fucking die? Because that's all I cared about. I don't care how it hurts. And that's what he said. It's 99% chance it'll be fatal. Okay? Then I asked him again. What did he say?
And he agreed. He's like,
twice. Then I said, I'm still leaving. Then I went to the bathroom. And when I came out, a female doctor stopped me. They're about a female doctor. And she tried to convince me. Okay, thanks, bro. See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Goodbye. So don't ask me why. Don't ask me why I chose to come home and not be checked into intensive care overnight when 2 doctors said, bro, this was their diagnosis. 99% chance you're going to die. Then before I left, they had me sign off that something might happen tonight, and I discharged myself from the hospital. They're not responsible. This is real shit, right? Then if I called Electra and told you, she'll tell you what happened that night and how I healed, you'd be like, how'd you do it? I don't know, bro. And if I go back, I probably wouldn't make that decision. but I did. And I've made so many of these decisions. Now, every time you do that, something changes. Now, I would like you to know something, because I asked later somebody very intelligent, because I changed dramatically after this bite. And I healed without hospital. And they told me I was going to die. 99%. A doctor should never say that. They don't go that far. It's 100. I was that 1%. I think I even said that to her. I said, well, I'm that 1%. But anyways, I was trying to make sense of the images I was getting, my body changing. I'm 48 years old, and I'm more ripped than I've ever been in my life. Everybody should know, okay? And it's different. And I'm fat. I have everything I ever had, better. What happened? So I was searching, trying to find this out. And I became so fascinated with Spider-Man, but he's so pathetic. But long story short, I spoke to a person who was like a medicine man, right? Like from the Amazon. And I said, can you make sense out of it? He said, you have the spider medicine. So what does that mean? He said, well, let me explain it in medicine terms. He said, if the doctor said to you, 99% of your body was taken, which is you're going to die, like this poison it is spread everywhere. You can see it in my body. You can see it in my face. You can see it in my body, everywhere. He said, then imagine if you survived without those medications, your body had to develop an antivenom. That means the entire chemistry had to change from death to birth. And he said, you're not the same person, because that person was 99% dead, but you lived. Who came out of it? And that actually made sense. Now, I can't prove it, but it's the thing that makes the most sense. And I have a scar to show for it forever. Oh, you know what? I just realized, check this out.
That's epic. Holy shit.
Bro, hey, I have story after, my life is that. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to see. But again, these are stories. But what if he was one of three? Mm-hmm. They were in there. They were looking at me like, you're going to go? I'm like, we got to go. Then I call Electra that you saw, and I call her and I say, I need you to come home. I'm going to heal tonight. I don't know how. And if she tells you the story, it's just, look, it's supernatural for sure. It's magical. I don't know. These are words, but they point to something you and I can't explain, but it's very valuable, right? So I remember, I just remembered the next day, a little bit later, I was about to take a shower, and I took a video of my chest.
Oh, damn, I see that.
Now, do you see that? Let me tell you what had happened to it. This is a little bit later. This thing that you saw here had gone this, it was this big. Watch.
Oh, shit.
My body was being eaten.
Holy shit, yeah.
Bro, it's unreal, right? So now, right after that, what happened was, you see that big spider on me?
Yeah.
And there's spiders on my knuckles, and there's spider on my face. Suddenly, I was beyond fascinated with spiders. In fact, I could understand how a spider could hunt, how hunt is what? Get the girl, get the job, kill the enemy. But from a spider's perspective. Now, prior to that, growing up, I had an experience with a lion as a child. It's the same type of experience, right? And so then that's why my world consists of Marvel superheroes, DC comics, gods, mythology, because that language is what I am living myth right now. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy what I'm gonna do. Like, it's unreal. The girl texts, bro. I'm not gonna show her name on this, but I want to show you, because that was my girlfriend that just texted right now. She was like, "See you soon," with the cherry emojis, right? And I want to. You're not gonna believe it. Now imagine being me, because I'm a little guy from Iran. That's who's here. Okay, nobody else is here. Where's her fucking Instagram?
Arash, after you show me this, we're gonna wrap up.
Whatever you want. Okay. So we go to following, and we go to latest. It should be about a week ago I followed her. I don't even know.
Farsi?
Yeah, fluent.
Oh, چه خوب. اصلا نمی‌دونستم. چه خوب.
Bad.
Should have asked you that early on, but I completely forgot.
You were born in Iran, you said?
I'm gonna speak in Farsi now. Yeah, آره من to Iran، من تو تهران born بودم.
منم تو تهران بودم.
شما تهران بودین؟ آره.
من تهران بودم. من 4 سال و نیم بود از ایران در اومدم و رفتم تا 8 سال که بودم همه جای دنیا بودم. 8 سال و نیم رفتم ایران. دیگه از 8 سال و نیم تا حالا ندیدم کسی رو اونجا. میدونی؟ Yeah, it's been an amazing journey here. But I can't find her, bro. But I'm just letting you know, like, to have a woman this fine waiting for me at the club when I was a big bottle glasses nerd, outcasted, beat up, No, they wouldn't even talk. That guy, last night, when we were talking this morning, we were giving testimony about last night. One of the guys said, he goes, he's Haitian. He's a very good looking, buff black guy. He said, I will never forget this for the rest of my life. He goes, there was a scene. So I was cheersing in the club. 3 waitresses, they're not supposed to drink there. I need you to first recognize that they're not supposed to drink, but all the rules bend around me. 3 waitresses, not 1, 3, have drinks in their hand. 5 of the most beautiful women in that club are sitting with me. 4, 7. There's 7, and me toasting and them holding it up, right? The whole club watching us. And he said, I will never forget what that looked like, how beautiful it was. I stopped him. I said, let me tell you a little bit more about that moment. I said, think about that again. Remember? I said, let me tell you who's toasting. A little Persian refugee that was a nerd and an outcast, who was an introvert. I said, now, if this picture was in a museum exactly as it was, me standing like that with the most beautiful woman in Vegas doing this all around me, I said, read the caption so you could really appreciate it. The art was beautiful, but when it says, this is that same guy who was introverted, beat up, pushed around, no girl would even look at him, then you would go, how? That's right. That's what I'm trying to find out. So let's talk about it. Let's have some conversations. Let's be philosophers. Let's be scientists. Let's be magicians. Let's be kings. Let's be warriors. Let's be hunters. Let's be brothers. Let's be husbands. Let's be sons. Let's be preachers. Let's be slaves. And let's be every archetype inside, so we can integrate ourselves to find out who the fuck I really am. There you go.
I love that, brother. Wow, that's really well said. Listen, Arash, I had a really good time, honestly, in this podcast. I didn't know how I was going to
go. Look, students call me back. Let's get a second testimonial.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. I'm on a special podcast, and I'm just going to ask you a question. Just answer it, okay? This is Fernando, one of my students, okay? Everybody knows someone's lucky. So when we were in Vegas, at some point, I got bit by something, right? What was that thing?
The brown recluse.
The brown recluse spider. That night, you were one of the 3 people that took me to the hospital, right?
Correct.
And then the doctor came and they asked me to stay and check into ICU overnight. I said no. Then I asked him a question and he answered. What do you remember about that?
Okay.
You're getting cut out. No, start again. Go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so basically, you had asked the doctor what are the chances, or you had asked him if you could leave that night, and the doctor had told you a warning saying that if you left him, there was a 99.9% chance that this could be fatal or devastating, and you took that 1% chance to leave because you didn't want to stay.
And he reiterated twice. And then, do you remember when the lady came to me by the bathroom?
Yeah, I was standing right there with you.
And what did she say? Who was she?
She was one of the nurses.
No, she was another doctor, actually.
Yeah, she was one of the specialists for that case of yours
in
particular. And you were showing her your stomach, and your stomach was like a water balloon. It was bloated, but the texture of your stomach was like a balloon full of water.
Yeah.
And you were showing her, it was swollen with water, inflammation, poison in it. And you're basically asking or telling her, like, what are the chances? And I mean, I just remember her face. I don't remember the words she said, but she was in a state of like fear and distress.
She looked at me. She said, "Listen, I need you to stay. Trust me."
She did. Yeah, she did. She said, "I need you to stay." Basically, trying to tell you to stay there. And I just remember, I remember her face, and I remember those words.
So okay, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Later, bro. Isn't that crazy? Now I have story after story with witnesses. I invited the world to come witness, and that's what I was doing to your audience. And I want to teach one technique before it's over, because I wasn't thinking about it, but it expresses itself. Everybody listen. If you watch this podcast, this might be the best one that has been ever done by him in the future. Why? Because it was so raw and real. You see how we went after each other in the beginning? You see where we are? This is what it is. Now we actually have a closer bond, because I didn't bullshit him. He didn't bullshit me. He stuck it out. He could have said, "Fuck you, man, turn it off," and never showed it. I'm pushing him. The way Batata pushed me to quit jiu-jitsu. Every day, if I call him, he would say, "I try to make you quit every day." Every day, he had one job: make this fucker quit. I got the black belt. So this is a real relationship now. And same thing with the women. Stay true, stay real, express your truth, but stand on something, because once you work it out, because we both want the same thing. We bought the same thing. I'm just letting you know, I need to wake you up. You as everyone who thinks they can see. Nothing like this has ever been done before. I've been the one wanting to do it. I'm doing it. And just like every other knowledge, it seeks to express itself. And after a while, you're gone. I became the prophet for it, without a doubt. Now come the disciples. And those disciples are masters themselves of their own arts. That's why it's called IMC Nation, International Masters Council. I don't teach anybody except masters. Come to the ancient pyramids, then go back to your world and guide and lead your people. Your people will never listen to me. I'm too crazy and wild for them, in quotes. I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be for the masters of the world, just like you, who reached a very high level and are looking and going, what the fuck does this guy have? Good master. Come around, sit around with the other masters and watch their testimonies and who they are. And then let me give you what I know so you can go back and save your people just like I did. So thank you very much.
Love that, brother. Arash, this was a pleasure. Thank you so much, man. And I'm definitely going to message you sometime in the future for more podcasts with you, myself, some other different faces.
Totally.
Flash is going to be an amazing time.
I'm ready. I'm ready. And then if you ever want to come to Vegas, just as a vacation or whatever you want to do, let me know in advance, okay? And you could stay in we have bases here. We have beautiful houses, whatever. You could stay in one of them for 2 nights. Don't have to worry about that. Just cover your own food and your own outing and come see for yourself what's happening. It would be a pleasure to have you, bro.
All right, well, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
Have
See you
a
guys.
beautiful night.
Have a great day. Bye.
You too, man. See you.